Join us and discover beautiful beaches, rugged landscapes, pretty towns, desolate mountain ranges that sweep down to stunning lakes, unique architecture, history and folklore, no shamrocks, no shillelaghs, and definitely no shenanigans, just naked Ireland. So here we are, I've arrived at the famous Cliffs of Mohar in County Clare, one of Ireland's most renowned tourist destinations. I always say you can't beat a spectacular piece of Irish coastline, so I thought I'd pay it a visit and let you all see this set of cliffs. Now, given I'm visiting in April, and you can already see 2 tour buses parked here, and I've just come from a pretty packed car park, I don't think I'm going to be visiting on my own today. And sure enough, there's quite a few people. But what I wasn't expecting was a number of shops that are kind of built into the hillside here. Again, it tells me that this destination hosts a lot of visitors each year. In fact, there are 1.5 million people who come to visit these cliffs each year, making this one of Ireland's most popular tourist attractions. Now, this isn't the only access point to the cliffs. After all, the cliffs stretch for around 14 kilometres, but this is the entrance that has the visitors centre and where the majority of visitors come. If you know the cliffs well, or if you're from County Clare, I'd be interested to know about other access points. I'm sure our viewers would too. After all, it costs €12 per person to enter here. It's funny, but in my naivety I thought that since I was going for a walk along a bit of coastline, that it would be free. I made a film a while back about the spectacular Slieve League cliffs in Donegal, which were completely free of charge, but there you go. Having said that, at Slieve League there's no underground visitors attraction like this. I was really quite surprised to see the network that exists beneath these hills. We'll go up in a moment to see the virtual Cliffs of Mohar. But look at the size of this underground gift shop. Okay, so to prepare myself for the real cliffs, I'm going to the exhibition here, which will not only tell me everything I want to know about the cliffs, but also allows me to visit the cliffs virtually. Well, architecturally, I guess it's pretty impressive, and there's every kind of multimedia learning facility you could ask for. But none of this is what I've really come for, though I can imagine that this might be something that children would enjoy. Bit of Irish dancing and hurling fused together there. So yeah, this isn't really my thing, but that doesn't mean it's not yours. I'm already yearning for the open air. Okay, so I thought I'd go up into the theatre space to get some virtual air. But stay tuned, I promise we'll get out to see the actual cliffs very soon. What I'm visiting now is the Cliffs 4D experience. At least I'm getting to see the cliffs at last, albeit on a big screen. And I kept asking myself what the 4th dimension might be. As I took my place and experienced the wind and a fine spray of water coming from the ceiling, my question was answered. As far as drone films go, this was fine, but as you can imagine, I was still eager to see the real thing. So primed for action, I went out to embrace the real experience. Now, as I've already said, If you feel a trip to the Cliffs of Mohar is going to be a solitary experience where you can commune in peace and tranquility with nature, with the wind in your hair and spray on your face, think again. You'll share this experience with a lot of other people from all over the world. For some people that might be a positive thing, of course. But one thing's for sure, these cliffs are certainly breathtaking and not something any multimedia experience can properly represent. These majestic cliffs rise to a height of 214 metres at their highest point, and it's this northern part of the cliff face that we see here and the section that's just behind me now that are the tallest in the 14-kilometre stretch. This is an obvious point therefore for the visitor centre, I suppose. And it's amazing to think that out there across the Atlantic Ocean is Newfoundland and the east coast of the Americas, with only the ocean in between. So there's a cliff walk that visitors can do either partially or in its entirety if you're fit enough. Bear in mind that the full walk is 18 kilometres. We're now looking northwest, and that's O'Brien's Tower that you can just see up there on the cliff edge. It was built in 1835 by the politician and landowner Sir Cornelius O'Brien. Now it's probably not surprising that people have lost their lives at these cliffs. This monument on the cliff edge remembers these people. I'm sure there have been accidents, but I'm guessing the cliffs have been the last stop for people wanting to end their own lives too. Indeed, despite the signs not to cross the safety fence, while I was here I saw quite a few young people nonchalantly strolling along the wrong side of the barrier. I don't know why they would do that, but I do know that if you slip, it's a long way down. It'd be a good idea not to have a few pints before you come up here. In fact, that's what's missing from the visiting centre, now that I think of it, a pub. And while we're on the subject, did you know that you can now buy me a pint if you find these films useful or entertaining? If you find them useful and entertaining, that'd be 2 pints. But actually there's no limit to the amount of pints you can donate. Anyway, if it interests you, you can find a link on how to do that in the description below. Obviously, your support for Naked Ireland Films is gratefully received. And a big thank you to all those that have generously supported the channel already. It's really appreciated and it helps a lot. And as you can see, along this cliff path there are a number of signs advertising the Samaritans. I hope this is a message that hits home. So the Cliffs of Mohar is a wonderful national natural treasure. It's a shame it's become such a commercial machine, and judging by the crowds here in April, I think I'd avoid visiting in July and August unless you're a real people lover. But that's all for now, and I'll see you in the next Naked Ireland video.